video that you found of mine. I've been doing daily videos through the month of November to tune in, join me in this path of ascension. If you look around, you can tell it doesn't take much to see that things are changing very quickly. So I believe that we are on a path of ascension and that we are experiencing a mass great awakening. So each and every one of these videos is designed to bring you into a more clear resonance with your own higher self, your own soul calling, your purpose, your ultimate reason for being, and why you're here. When I was a little girl, I always thought and wondered, where did we come from? And so I think that's something that we can go ahead and tap into today. Yesterday, if you haven't seen it already, we did a really powerful, active meditation, a healing meditation to pull our energy away and out of a lot of viral and systemic programming. So if you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend to go check it out. It is a very deep dive in supported healing. So with that, let's go ahead and take a couple of nice, big, deep breaths. Because yesterday's was so potent, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one a little bit short and sweet, very concise, and I really want you to be able to feel the sensation of energy moving through your body. So go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths, and I'll go ahead and set our container with the prayer. So as we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. So as you breathe, go ahead and focus your awareness on your root chakra right there at the base of your spine, allowing that energy to flow all the way down to the center of the planet, creating a nice solid grounding cord from your root all the way, rooted in, anchored into Mama Gaia. Taking a moment to offer gratitude and appreciation to her role in support and providing any and all of the resources that we have needed to be able to create a beautiful and thriving life for all of us, that we're able to see ourselves even more clearly, that we're able to honor our own greatest potential through the support and guidance of Mama Gaia. And so when we really feel that connection, when we really feel ourselves anchored and rooted into our bodies, this gives us the opportunity to feel more clear and present in this exact moment. So simply allowing yourself to feel calm, to feel steady, focusing on the breath, allowing any nervousness or anxiousness to fall away from the bottom of your feet. You can even see that grounding cord working as a vacuum, pulling any and all energy that is no longer serving you, any old programs that are running, kind of like, cleaning out your closet or clearing off your desk, just getting rid of everything that once served you and allowing it to fall away, setting a clear intention to make room for new. And again, as you clear this old energy out of your body, as you clear this old energy out of your awareness and out of your space, you give yourself the freedom to be able to breathe easy, to breathe more clearly, to anchor, set the tone on release, and simply let go. Allowing all that is not you to shift into the emanation and the radiance of your true, authentic nature. Iana aya uapuaka sa'atani iawa ha'akani iawa. Ikua anaya. Ikua anaya. I uatanaya ikia a sa'aniki. Oa onaku upuakua ha'a. Now when we're on the path of ascension, it is important that we focus and we pay attention to our connection to our own emotions and our own connection to our own maturity. When we talk about moving forward in this world, and we talk about moving forward in our own lives, it definitely means in connection with other people. It definitely means in connection with our higher self. And so as we move, you'll recognize or you'll notice that there are things in your life that happen that may challenge how you already maneuver and how you already work through things, but giving yourself more permission to lean in to the energy and the intention of maturity. For some, maturity can be a trigger word. If you've ever been called immature, allow that to come to the surface and resolve any sort of discrepancies that you have or any resistances that you may have to your own experience of maturing. And to go into this a little bit more, one of the things that I really, really love to do when I'm growing, and especially when I'm finding that I'm in a really, really challenging place, is that I like to call on the grandmother version of myself. Because if time does not only exist in this linear form, then in all parallel realities and all parallel versions, there are aspects of ourselves that have the wisdom that has already overcome any and all challenges that you are facing. And by connecting to my wise, white-haired grandmother version of myself, I am able to go to her for guidance. As I'm sharing this story, I encourage you to see how this is relevant for you as well. The guidance that your matured version of you, that has overcome all adversities, that has overcome all challenges, truly becomes your guide. This is a guide that doesn't have to be outside of you. It's not something that your mind has to wrap around as in your higher self. Rather, you can really connect with the wisdom and the maturity of your future self in this way. And so no matter what it is that is coming your way, no matter what it is that is alive in your world and in your life, the wisdom of your mature self, and that is really how I like to see maturity, is that we are embodying more wisdom. We are letting go of patterns of behavior that have knowingly or unknowingly caused hurt or harm to other people. Honoring the greatest intention to purify patterns, maybe of gossiping, patterns of lying, patterns of betrayal, patterns of scarcity when we are just trying to get things from other people. These are all immature behavior traits. When we learn to embody the wisdom of our own higher self and we choose to continue to lean in to our own emotional development that encourages us to be and to act in a way that is fully aligned with our soul integrity, our soul true nature. That soul true nature integrity is what really bumps you into another field of awareness, another field of honoring your highest and greatest potential. So when we see and we acknowledge and we choose to take the responsibility of our own actions that maybe we're not as forthright or forthcoming with the intention of our soul authenticity, we choose to see them. We are not refusing to see our patterns. We are not choosing to stay stubborn in the idea that we are right. Rather, we are choosing to be bendable and flexible to be able to see where we may have acted in a way that has caused harm to others or ourselves. And so although the path of spiritual development has a lot to do with reaching higher frequencies, ascending on a cellular level, as you've heard me talk about many, many times. It also calls for us to be fully, wholly, self-responsible for the ways that we choose to move through the world, the way that we choose to embody our own presence from an emotionally mature perspective and point of view. And I can assure you that when you take responsibility for yourself in this way, your actions and the things that were probably learned behavior from people who taught it to you by treating you that way. But when you lean into the pattern and the dynamic that is saying, I didn't like being treated that way, I don't want to be treated that way, and I don't want to treat others that way, we start to act with more integrity. We start to act with more authenticity. We start to act with more maturity. This is wisdom. Wisdom is knowing the difference and choosing what is aligned with what is right and what is your highest and best. Iani awa oapua ka anaya. I siki anakiawa o pu'ukuhu uniawa. I kuana aya. I kua ana aka pu'usu unuai. Ia tani I ha'aka anakiawa. Opuana ha'aka anaya. I kiatana akiawa o pu'uku unuhu'ua. I sasanaya. I kuanaya kuapu. Usuaniki atanaya ha'aka uapua ha'aka. Sisianiawa uapu uku utanai. And breathe. Remembering to connect in with your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. If you find you are struggling with patterns of behavior, or that you're struggling with leaning into some difficult or hard emotions, I encourage you to tune into this recording, this channel, as many times as you feel necessary, because it will peel a layer away every single time that will help you get to the subconscious root as to why you choose to behave in certain ways. This will help you to face very gently and with full unconditional love, no judgment or shame, some of the reasons why you may be getting in your own way. It is time for us to become our own cheerleaders. It is time for us to become our own greatest allies. And so, of course, when we learn to develop this keen sense of awareness of self, and when we learn how energy works, and when we learn how to embody our higher self, life becomes more seamless and life becomes a bit easier, because we learn how to relate with other humans and other people in a different way that offers a mutual balance of support and respect. So with that, my sweet loves, let's go ahead and take a couple nice big deep breaths. I'm going to do another channel of light codes before we close this out. And of course, I want to invite you into the 7 weeks to embody your higher self for the next month. The price is still the same, and after that, the price will increase. So I encourage you to check the link in the link tree in the description below. Take a couple nice big deep breaths with me. Yoa anaya ua pukuhu unukiawa sasanai I tua nikiawa ha'aka nuku siatana ai ua puuku aniki asanakai oa atani iawa ua puua susuaniawa ha'a I kanaya iawa ua huunu ua kanakai I sasanai I tuanakai I tua puuku uterike Ai oanaka asanaki iatanaki uapua ha'ata anaki sasanaya uapua sasanaya akua sitiki anakua pu'uku u susu unuku pu'uku ua. Take another nice big deep breath, connecting your root chakra all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. And as you release, setting the intention of filling yourself up from that radiant beaming light from the center of your own heart. knowing that the power of your energy comes from within. By choosing your thoughts, by choosing your intention, and choosing to power up by feeding that unconditional ball of love within your own heart that is ready for anything. Beautiful. And again, feel free to tune back in and watch this as many times as you like, as many times as you feel helpful. If you watch this and you're like, I just need some more, go ahead and tune in. I highly recommend the most recent full moon meditation. It's the one with the thumbnail that has Taurus on it, as well as the most recent transmission. And I'll put those end cards here on the end screen so that you can find them, you can choose. But thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your kind words and support. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. And thank you for joining me on this journey. I really do feel that I am just getting started. And so it is an honor, a pleasure, and a joy to share in this container in this way with you. Please feel free to tell your friends and talk about it. Join in with the 7 weeks to embody your higher self, and we'll keep accelerating in so many ways. And so as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our connection here today is very much in love and very much complete. Mwah! Ciao, ciao, my friends.